Hi everybody, today we are going to speak about that news from Mozilla Firefox that has a built-in VPN with 60 gig monthly data limit. And I'm gonna highlight why this is a very bad idea. First, there is a big misunderstanding about the VPN. A lot of people think VPN equal getting anonymous. It's wrong. You don't get anonymous with a VPN. There is so much of a digital footprint out of your IP address, which is like the browser signature, the machine signature, and a way more thing like the behavior where you go, but also some other challenges that you don't think about. The exit node. I covered that in previous VPN video. Um, if you pick an exit node which is not in your country, you are not protected by your country laws and consumer laws. You are actually exposed to the exit node. So by default, the Firefox VPN get out in the US, which is one of the most invasive country in terms of spying on users. So maybe not a great thing to take. And I'm gonna slide down in the article to get the information that actually drove me kind of a bit crazy. So you see, first of all, you can turn it on and off, and okay, cool. But they say then that some websites and essential services are excluded from the VPN routing to avoid account signing problem. Okay, from a technical standpoint, I get it, and to make sure VPN reconnection works properly. But the issue is that it's like thinking you are protected, but you are not really, because some website which you don't know about, and you can, even if there is a list in some technical documentation somewhere which I didn't found yet, you will not think about it when you browse with VPN. You think it's gonna be protected and embedded, but it won't be. So it's leaving a trail, and that's very bad. So that's one key point. VPN is encryption in transit from your endpoint to the exit node. It's encrypted, but then it's like usual web browsing, so the exit node sees everything what's happening. And the thing is, Mozilla say it will only collect technical data relevant for maintaining the performance and stability of the service. Okay, let's say that you have VPS rented on a cloud provider, and they do the same. They kind of collect the in and out of it, but yeah, that's your stuff. And I shared on LinkedIn a post about that, and someone said, yeah, but if you rent a VPS on a cloud provider like OVH, we do not dig into your data. They do not resell it, they do not exploit it. Well, he said, yeah, but you're going to be identified because you run the server. Yeah, but buddy, you're going to be identified anywhere with the footprint of your machine. VPN is not meant to be anonymous. The closest thing that would allow you to browse the web, like somehow anonymously, will be Tor, the onion router with the Tor browser. But again, Tor has been designed by US intelligence service, and what happens is if they own more than 60% of the exit nodes, they can actually track what you're doing anyway. Despite the multi-envelope encryption and stuff, they can still have metadata out of it. So there is no real anonymity online. I mean, unless you hack through a jump box through China, which go through another hacked system in another party, and maybe a 10 chain in a row like that, it will be hard to track you. Okay, fine. But then that's very risky, and you might end up in jail. So there is no anonymity online. I don't believe about it. This is just no. A VPN is allowing your traffic to be encrypted between your endpoint and the exit node. It's great when you travel. You go in a cyber cafe, foreign country, and you want to browse the web, and you don't know what are the policies and the laws there. So you build up your VPN with your own external exit node that you own and control, or that you rent, but in a place that you actually could access the laws and that apply to you, so you are not exposed. And then we can read that, for example, we may log whether connection succeed or failed. A record of 2 gigabytes of data was used on a certain day. Like, they do record the amount of data where and how. So that's a lot of behavior information goes in and out. And as you can see, I was saying it before, the routing server is based in the US and is selected considering the location and the performance. So it's not something that you manually select. Like if you use Proton VPN from Proton Mail, you can actually pick the exit node. And also, I will not rely on that for anonymous stuff, Why do people use VPN, as I was saying? To protect the data in transit. Like you work for a company, you want remote access to the company safely, you use a VPN so you can access to the resource of the organization. You want your traffic to be encrypted between your endpoint and your usual under your control exit node, that's fine, it works. Or Why do people use public VPN? Like NordVPN, ExpressVPN, all kind of VPNs. They use that because they want to watch streaming from another country, like they have a Netflix subscription or something else, and one of the movies only available in certain countries. So they use the VPN to watch the video from another place. But don't believe you're going to be anonymous. So that was what made me jump a little bit. And while Firefox is really one of my favorite browser, I use it a lot for my sensitive stuff. They came with some like bad stuff lately. You know, there is an option that tell that you share your data for studying the behavior and stuff that you have to disable because it's enabled by default, and some very invasive stuff that you must disable. So yeah, I don't trust it, and you should be aware of it. Don't blindly trust the thing, because the worst thing is thinking you are safe while you are not. Like, the false sense of security is worse than no security at all. And the main issue to me is that some website services are excluded from VPN, which is not something you control. So keep that in mind. If you need a VPN, as I said, I don't think it should be part of the browser. And also, what happened in the browser is one thing, but what about the remaining traffic from your machine? The whole VPN is usually system-based from a network side of the computer. So anything that happened, not only the browsing, but anything else, messaging, mail, whatever client runs, it's also going through the encrypted pipe. It's not obvious when it's managed by a browser. So again, a browser is a browser, it's not a system thing. So yeah, no, that's a no-go for me. Let me know in the comment what you think about that. I think it's bad. So that's it. Wishing you a great day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.